we are working on installing LED lights up at the top of the cab there on the front, as well as back here on the back. We fabricated some brackets and everything, and we installed those, and we're going to work on wiring those up today. So there it is, mounted. It's not wired in yet. We're gonna figure that out tomorrow. And then we also fabricated a bracket and hung a smaller one on the back. Now we're gonna try to figure out how to wire up these lights, both on the top of the cab, in front of the forestry cage there, and then here on the back of the cab. And what I'd like to do is hook it in through a relay, so that when you hit the lights on the instrument panel, all the lights come on. What I ended up finding is this light is controlled off this red and black wire. If you follow this red and black wire, it goes through here, and disappears back in that hole. If you come around on the other side, you can see that it's right there and right here. So what I ended up doing is wiggling the wire, seeing that that's it right there. So it's that red and black wire right there. So what we're going to end up doing, we're going to tie into that wire, and we're going to energize the coil of this relay right here. Okay, all right, so just wanted to get this up close where you could see it. And now I'm going to describe it. So if you want to freeze frame it and draw it out or whatever, now I'll describe it. I need to be able to see it to talk about it. Number 85 and 86 are the coil in the relay. It's very low voltage, and it shouldn't harm anything when you hook up. Like, I'm gonna tap into these lights, and it's gonna be very low amp draw, very low wattage on the coil of the relay itself. And instead of running power to those lights straight off of the lights that are already on there, I'd rather just energize this coil, and that way I don't end up messing up anything in the instrument panel there. Because what I want to be able to do when you turn the key on, and everything, it's running, you can hit the number 1 over there, and it turns the lights on. The one thing that I don't know is, did they design that circuitry in that board to only be able to handle that light and that light with maybe just a little bit of extra? So I don't know if they designed it to be able to handle that light, that light, that light, and that light. So what I want to do is I'm going to wire into terminals 85 and 86. 86 will go to ground. 85 will be tapped into the red wire. I'm going to find it back here in the back, but it'll basically be the red wire. So when I turn the lights on, it's going to energize this coil. 86 will be the ground. That'll pull that coil in, and it will pull this switch down so that it is going to make connection between terminal 30 and terminal 87. You can see that from 30 to 7A is a normally closed, and terminals 30 to 80, we got 87 and 87A. All right, so terminals 30 to 87A are normally closed. Terminal 30 to 87 is normally open. We want it to be open, and when we energize the coil, we want it to close and send power to our new lights. So we'll send battery power into 30, and then our lights, positive wires on our lights, will be tied into terminal 87. And then we're just going to energize this coil, very small wattage, very small amp draw into this coil off this same light switch wire. And that way all our lights come on, and we don't have to worry about burning up our instrument panel. So let's get started. This relay that I'm using, I really like these relays. If I can figure out how it goes back together. These I found on Amazon. So 30 amp, 14 volt DC. These are great little relays, and you can buy these have a fuse in them, which I really like. Most relays don't have a fuse in them. I bought these specifically because they had a fuse in them. I like that. So if there's ever a problem, short somewhere, this fuse will probably take it out, and we can just replace that fuse. Yeah, but you could also just replace it with a standard relay. I usually go to AutoZone and buy the relays. There's one right there. Standard relay, no fuse, but it doesn't come with the wiring harness, and I really liked the wiring harness. So I bought these off of Amazon. So there's the wiring diagram. On this one that I have, that's the way it's wired. The green wire we're not going to use, so we're going to cap it off. I'm going to take one of these, stick it on there, because we definitely don't want it shorting out when it's off. And this one has power on it when it's off. The next thing we're going to do, the red's going to go to battery. So I don't know if y'all can see me what I'm writing. Let's see. Let's get right here. So the red's going to go to battery. 85 is going to be our red wire from the lights, the existing lights. That's going to energize the coil. 86 is the white. That's going to ground. Okay. And blue is number 87. That is going to the red to new lights. And green is not used. Cap it. Okay. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. And then the only thing that's not on here is if we look at the new lights, you see that there's a red wire and a black wire. We're going to be tying this red wire in, like we just talked about, to the blue wire. Okay, but that black wire's got to go to ground. Okay, so we're going to have to find a chassis ground somewhere, whether we bring it back to the battery, or might could even just put it on that bolt up there or something. I don't know. We'll try it and see. Let's get started wiring this thing up. All right, so we're going to start by putting our wire to this. I don't really like using these, but I'm going to use it because it's quick and easy. And I'm ready to just get this done. So we're going to tap into this wire with this. I'm going to slide that back some. Just crimp that down, splices into the wire. Now that wire will be hot whenever the lights come on. And we're going to take that wire. Let's see where we're going to mount this at. Okay, so I decided to just pull that bolt out right there on top of, I guess that's a hydraulic filter, and mount it right here. Doesn't really matter. I'm just looking for an easy place to mount it, secure place to mount it. And I think this will work out pretty good. Very secure. I like it. Okay, so red from existing lights goes to black. So we're going to take a terminal butt connector and put it on here. Now we're going to put that on. Now we're going to take this wire here and run it right to there. so we need to fasten. That takes care of this wire. Our white wire goes to ground. So we'll just take this wire here that we had a while ago. Strip this off. That's our white wire. Okay. And we're going to run this to a ground. We're going to go straight to the negative post of the battery. We're going to take this nut right here off, down in here, and we're just going to put it right on that. And that should work pretty good. So at this point, we have our positive wire hooked up to the red wire from the lights, and we have our negative wire of the coil. Both of these are to the coil. So all we're trying to do is energize the coil at this point, okay? So I'm gonna show you what that does. Dig my meter out. All right, so we're gonna put it on ohms. Ohms checks continuity. You can see, yeah, I'm gonna change these leads out because I'm gonna use these leads. So I might as well just do it with these leads. But you see right now, you can just think OL is open lead, all right, or open line. These are open, they're not touching each other. When I touch them together, look, I measure something. Okay, that means there's some continuity there. There's a connection there, okay? So if I hook up this blue wire and I hook up this red wire, you see we're still open. But if I go in, turn it on, and it's just how you turn the lights on. See the lights? Turn the lights on. The lights are on. Looked up there at the LED, it's not wired in yet. So those two lights are on. And if we come over here and look, we have a reading. So all we've done is we've closed the coil, pulled that switch down, and we're making a bridge between these two wires. And when I go in, I turn those lights off. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn this off too, but you see the lights went off. The lights are off, the lights are off. And now we're open again, okay? So what we're gonna do with these two wires is we're gonna run one to the battery, the red one. The blue one's gonna go to the red wires of the lights. That's gonna send power up to the lights, the new lights. All right, so I took the cover back. Basically, see right here, we got these two small red wires coming in. They're attached to the top. We're gonna put a terminal connection on top of that, and that's where we're gonna land this red wire. Hook that up like so, and we're gonna lock that back down. That worked out perfect. We're gonna put our black on the negative, and we're gonna put our red on this blue wire that's gonna go to our lights. You see right now we have no volts DC. See, the lights are back on. And we got a problem. Oh, I didn't put the fuse in. I was about to say, dang, what'd I do wrong? Okay, there's our 11.96 volts. So I'll go turn it off. Turn the lights off. I'll just go ahead and turn it off. And you see we don't have voltage there anymore. So that's the voltage we're gonna send to the lights. What I'd like to be able to do is, because you see I mount my GoPro right there on the front window while I'm working. I'd like the ability to drop this down and clean the window. So the way this detaches, this is, I think they call it, Bobcat calls it a special applications kit. Basically, I can lean this down like this. You see my light's gonna come out. So I gotta figure out a way that my wire comes with it. So what I'm thinking about doing is just chasing the wire down the inside, maybe just attaching it to that last wire over there. I think that's probably gonna be the easiest way to do it. And then having a small loop right here on the front side before it heads back over to inside the over where the wiring and everything's at. I think that's the way I'm going to do it. These LED lights use very little power, so I'm going to connect it up with speaker wire, because I like the fact that these two wires are already together and I don't have to worry about them being dangling loose apart from each other. So we're going to use speaker wire on both wires going to both lights. So I like to twist these up, and it doesn't matter to me which wire you use. There might be something that says somewhere what wire you're supposed to use. Probably if you read a speaker, car stereo speaker wiring, it'll tell you which wire to use for positive, which wire to use for negative. Doesn't matter as long as you use the same wire on both ends. And if you hook a positive up this end, you hook a negative up to that same white stripe wire on the other end, you're gonna make a nice little light bulb that's gonna burn your wire out real fast. So don't do that. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is come right here. I'm gonna wire this in. I think I'm going to use the white stripe as the positive, just because. As long as you keep it the same, it doesn't matter. It's been a while since I wired up a car stereo. I really don't remember what wire they typically use. It doesn't matter. If you want to wire it so that the negative is on the white stripe wire, that's fine, just keep it the same. Okay, so there's my hot and my ground, a 12 volt hot and a 12 volt ground. And I'm gonna take that all the way back over here. And we're gonna end up kind of debating on whether I want to take it through that hole that that other light went through and just tie strap it to that wire and chase it through with that one, or if I just want to come across the side. I don't know. I think I can just come across the side right there where that windshield washer tube's at, and that's probably all I need to do. That's what I think I'm gonna do, just because that's an easier route to take. Okay, so I think I kind of know how I'm going to run this wiring. I'm going to run it down, I'm going to attach it, I'm going to put it inside a wire loom. We'll solve that issue right here. right now. I ain't taking it all back out to fix that. So, oh, there's that issue fixed. Resolved. And we'll just put a little tape across that. Done deal. You know, I saw a lot of videos out there of people adding lights and stuff like that, but they didn't go through the whole... They make it look so easy. It's like, really? There's more to it than that, guys. Come on. So you're gonna make it look nice and neat. You gotta spend a little extra time on it. I like things to look nice and neat, so I try to do the job professionally. And I actually have a tie strap tightener, but I ain't gonna worry about it. Cause it may crush my wire loom. I don't have to start over because I crushed my wire loom. So I'll just cut these off like this. It'll be fine. So now it gives me the ability to raise and lower my cage on the front to watch my window so I can have good videos for you all. I like it. I like it a lot. Put my pins back in, and you can see the wire loom is tucked back in there, nice, neat, tidy, very professional, and that's the way I like it. So we're going to bring it over here. Okay, back and forth, back and forth. We're gonna tuck that right underneath there, like so. And that's the cab on the frame, so that's not gonna move, so we'll leave that just like that. And it's inside the wire loom, so that should keep it fairly well protected. And I think we'll be okay right here in this area because they're sending that tube through there. I would imagine that doesn't touch. So we'll find out soon enough. Let's just go ahead and look at it and see how that looks. Oh, raise that up. Drop that in. And look at there. We got plenty of space for that to travel right underneath there. Man, that looks fantastic. Fantastic. I like it. Okay. So, here's our two wires. Remember our white was our hot, So that's gonna tie into that blue wire. But before we do that, we gotta bring our other set of wires back there. So we'll get all of this, take it over here. I don't think I need those anymore, so go ahead and stick those back in there. We don't need that, that's trash. All right, so from here, I need some of this wire loom, so let's see, I want to eliminate this wire loom to about right there. Let's see how much we need. Tape measure. We need approximately and I got a little extra wire loom left. We need approximately 30, 31, 32 inches or so. So look at 32 inches. Oh wow, that's perfect. I love it when a plan comes together. Oh my gosh. I get it started and it comes off. Let's take this up like I mentioned in the other video, so it'll stop coming off. Now there it is. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hook that wire up there, I think. So we're gonna offset these wires so that one is shorter than the other one, at least by some. I don't know if I got that much room to offset it. Let's come back like that. Let's go ahead and take this up so this end don't come on. All right, so our white wire is our hot wire, so that's gonna be our longer one. So let's see if we run the black wire right there. Yep, we can cut that red wire off so that it'll match up. Okay, now don't need to cut much of that off. through there about a 1/4 inch that time. Oh, look at there. We got it, we got it. All right. It's getting dark. See there. I cannot see what's going on. Out on the wire loom. I ain't calling that bracket right there. Come on, get off there. Crazy thing. Good grief. Up and down, all around. Let's pull that wire a little bit more. Okay. Okay, let's see here. I like it, it looks good. I may have to add a little bit to the top of that just to make it how I like it. I don't really need to, I don't have to, but I think I'd like to. I don't want that to be real tight either. Okay. And I think we'll put a tie strap up there. Oop. See if we can add a headlamp in addition to the GoPro. I don't know if I can or not. Never tried it before. Maybe off to the side a little bit. See how that looks. Yeah, looks all right. Ha, that'll work. Okay. I'm gonna put this up here just to relieve any pull string. Keep a little bit of a loop there. And again, I'll come back and add a short piece of wire loom to that and some connectors that'll actually fix that to that later. But right now I'm just trying to get finished up where y'all can see the end game. The end game is, there's one of those stick-on things right there. It didn't stick very good, but that's exactly what I'm thinking about doing. If you can see that or not. I was gonna try to run through that tie strap right there, but yeah, I got it. Was being a pain. Just following the natural wiring that Bobcat used. Let's see if we can get through this one maybe. You gotta get right in the corner. And can't get in that corner. Ah, there we go. I wish I'd have came underneath. I don't like that. Let me go under here. Put it back through. Pull that. Yeah, I like that better. Why? I don't know. I just like it better. Just me. Put that one. Can I get it through there, or do I have to go under? Looks like I might have to go under. Go. Almost there. And I think we'll just leave from here, come this way. I'll just put another tie strap on it right there. Good deal. Get some, shed a little light on the situation. Okay, let's see here. I like to follow, gotta like to follow that loom. I'll just strap to that loom all the way down to all the way down to here. Sorry if I blinded you. I would like to bring this wire around and bring it into the same spot that the other loom comes in. I'd like to bring it right into that loom actually. Cut them both off. Let's cut them off a little bit longer. Okay. Okay, now these are our 2 hot wires. So I'll get a blue. Ouch, pinched my finger. I'm gonna do with my snips. There they are. Okay, into our blue wire. So that's our white stripes. See the white stripe on that, white stripe on that one. That's our hot wires. We'll send those right into that blue wire. Okay. Take that up. Take this wire here that we brought over from the rear light, sent it into that wire loom, taped it, brought it around, make that look nice and neat. Got all those light wires inside that wire loom. This is just our ground wire going over our battery. And then I just taped this right here up. This is all the remaining wires coming into that loom. I mean, coming into that connector that goes to the relay. And then we just have that one power wire. I wish I'd have brought it around the other way, but I'm not gonna change it. It is what it is right now. So that's the only thing that I don't like about the way I did everything. Brought that, chased that one wire up and through, just brought it up with that wire loom there, around and in, up. I gotta add just a little bit of loom there. I don't have to, but I want to. And that'll complete that. So that's the entire installation of both the rear light and the front light. Let's see if it works. All right, the moment of truth. Ta-da! There's the top light. So you can see how much more light I have compared to the factory lights, what that gave me up top. It's fantastic. I didn't have any lights in the rear. I can't believe Bobcat don't put any lights at all in the back. And if I drop this down, I haven't even looked at that, how that's gonna work with the wire loom yet, but it's just a rubber connection, I mean a rubber seal back there in the back. So, and I'm not finished with that, but that's how much more light we have back here in the back. Well, how much light we have in the back, because we didn't have any at all. But that's that, so looks good. I'm happy with it. So I just pulled out here away from where I was at, and I was actually way over there next to that light. If I can't even see it in the video. But I just pulled out here kind of away from the light where it was dark, so I could show you what it looks like with and without the lights. There it is. You can definitely see what in the heck you're doing nowadays. You can see just how much light that puts down on the ground. That's a huge difference compared to the one little bitty light that was up here on the boom and the one little bitty light that was down here at your left foot. Man, it's amazing at the difference in that. So then the other thing is, check out back here in the back. Man, you can see what's going on back there now. So I wouldn't feel at all, I mean, even out to the side, I don't know if you can tell it or not, but even out to the sides, we get a little bit of residual lighting, and you can see all the way around you. So I'm not sure if that's showing up in the video or not, but you can definitely see you got 360 degree out here in the middle of pitch black. Turn the lights off, and you literally cannot see much of anything except for a little bit of light you get from that light way over there. So that wraps this up. I got a few little odds and ends to do, but that gives you the gist of how I went about adding additional LED lights, or adding LED lights, some additional lighting to the Bobcat E50. If you like this video, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Hit that notification button, like the video if you will, and just let me know if you have any questions about what we did. Hopefully I covered it very thoroughly, and there won't be a whole lot of questions about how we did it. But if you have them, put them in the comment section. We'll do our best to reply and try to walk you through it if we can. But you know, in anything, disclaimer is you're on your own. If you screw something up, you know, you burn your Bobcat down, you're on your own. But you know, if you follow the directions that we have in this video, you should be okay. And it should be a huge asset to you know, to your Bobcat, especially if you're working like right now. Heck, it gets dark. I don't know, it's probably not even 6 o'clock yet. It's pitch black dark outside. So I have my camera in my pocket. It is 6:23 p.m. and it is completely dark. So, you know, the day's not over for sure, but you know, with the lighting that comes standard on the Bobcat excavator, you can't see behind you. And that was the biggest problem that I had. That's kind of why I added the lighting, is because you couldn't see behind you. I'd be out there working, and I'd be like, I can't even back up. I can't see what I'm doing, because you got all the glare from inside the cab and everything. And I said, well, while I'm doing it, I'd rather have more lighting on the front too. So I got that's a 20 or a 22-inch light bar that I ordered off of Amazon. And this is like a 12-inch LED light that I bought from Northern Tool. So again, any questions, comments, hit them in the comment section, and we'll do our best to respond to them. Thanks. Have a good one. Bye.